solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count up. Wasted people, do your part, play your role. Get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things.
Please welcome to the WB Wake Up Belize morning vibes for today, Tuesday, the 17th of March 2026. Wherever you are this morning, we hope that your Tuesday morning is getting off to a beautiful start. I'm Mose, Hyde, hosting remotely this morning, as I did yesterday. And we're bringing you Belize's premier morning conversation right here on Creme Radio and on XTV. We want to welcome everybody to the house, those listening to us on Creme Radio, those checking us out on XTV. Of course, those who got the apps and the apps on your phones, your tabs, your devices, they'll link you with us wherever you are. Once you have internet, Wi-Fi, it's on. You can get us live as it happens. We want to also welcome those on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and to those getting us via simulcast coverage. Just make yourselves comfortably. We give thanks for another day, health and strength. We hope that you are so blessed with excellent health. If not, we hope you are making your way through the challenges and getting better. We hope that you have great energy, your vibrations are positive, and that you have, in our interest, a bit of space and time. We know mornings are busy, but we want a peace. We expect a peace. This is Belize's premier morning conversation, and we want to be a part of your morning. We want you to be a part of ours. We are going to be open for you joining us as soon as we've completed the preliminaries. And in case you're unfamiliar to what we do in the mornings, before we jump into our big conversation, we got to line you up with a bit of morning news. But the first thing we serve is first serving of the weather forecast from the National Meteorological Service. This morning, the forecast is topic matches, and that is where we start for today, Tuesday, Tuesday morning, the 17th of March.
Belize, our latest radar imagery, satellite and surface observation showed that clouds has increased slightly over the country while showers remain isolated. An approaching cold front currently over northern Yucatan will support moist and unstable conditions over our area. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be cloudy at times today, becoming cloudy to overcast tonight. Showers or thunderstorm will be isolated at first, then clouds along with showers and thunderstorms will increase across the country as the day progresses. Shower activity will decrease later tonight and will linger mostly offshore and some coastal areas. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 86 inland, and 78 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 72 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 68 inland, and 63 up in the hills. The winds will be from the north-northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and the sea conditions will be choppy. A high tide will occur this morning at 10 past 9, followed by a low tide this evening at 7 past 3, another high tide tonight at 9:18, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 3:47. The sun rose this morning at 5:59 and will set this evening at 3 minutes after 6. The moon will set this evening at 4:59 and will rise early tomorrow morning at 5:36. In the fire risk forecast, the risk for forests or brush fires will decrease and become low today over the country. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night: skies will be cloudy. A few showers and isolated thunderstorms will likely occur around the country, especially along coastal and offshore areas. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. Our next forecast comes out at 12 p.m. this afternoon. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize since 19...
Now, the story is making the news this morning. Appearing on a talk show Monday morning, Prime Minister John Besenio indicated that he would recommend to Cabinet for the government of Belize to enter into discussions with Guatemala for Joseph Budna to be repatriated. Budna is serving time in Guatemala, having been convicted of multiple offenses. He was kidnapped on August 22, 2025, near the Orange Walk police station and delivered to waiting Guatemalan police in Arenal. Budna accuses Belize police of his abduction. The matter is the subject of a constitutional claim brought by Budna. A decision is being awaited on an application by the Attorney General for the matter to be struck out. The Prime Minister said the intention would be to move Budna to the Belize Central Prison for him to serve the remainder of his sentence. Notably, while in prison in Guatemala, Budna's Facebook page has remained active, and some weeks ago, that prompted Belize police to detain his brother, whom they believe to be operating the page. High Court Justice Marta Alexander has ordered that the Ministry of Home Affairs pay compensation to a minor, then 13 years old, who was detained during an anti-crime state of emergency in 2024. In total, the government must pay the minor $18,000 and each party must bear their own costs. The minor was detained under the 7th SOE in Belize City's south side since 2020. The minor was represented by attorneys Leslie Mendez and Alexander Ramdas. According to the background of the case, cited as reasons for the minor's detention under the SOE was that he was detained on suspicion of being a member of a gang and subsequently became the victim of a shooting. Thereafter, the police say his name appeared in police reports related to criminal activities prior to the SOE in June 2024. In the claim, it was argued that he was wrongfully detained and that the state failed to act in his best interest as a child, and especially considering the principle that the detention of a child should only be used as a measure of last resort. Since alternative measures were not considered, he claimed that several of his constitutional rights were violated. Importantly, Justice Alexander upheld the SOE proclamation, finding that the state met the requirements under Section 18.3 of the Constitution that action has been taken or is immediately threatened by any person or body of persons of such a nature and so extensively a scale as to be likely to endanger the public safety. She also found that the emergency power regulations were reasonably justified. Also of note is that the court did not find that the minor's detention was unconstitutional in principle or that there was malicious prosecution, as the judge did not consider the minor's detention was done in bad faith. The judge considered that his detention fell at the margin of what might be deemed reasonably justified. However, she found that his constitutional rights were violated due to procedural lapses. These included denial of timely access to his family and legal counsel and a delay in a tribunal review. The quantum was decided considering that no official set out to mistreat him deliberately. Justice Alexander has also ordered the state to implement appropriate protocols to safeguard and protect the welfare of minors detained under any future emergency powers or similar detention authority. These should include, at minimum, timely access to parents or guardians, the ability to consult with legal counsel, conditions of confinement suitable for their age, and expeditious review of their detention status. As we reported Monday at the last House meeting, the Prime Minister introduced an amendment to the Ombudsman Act. It would remove the legal guarantee for the Ombudsman to receive judge-level pay. It would be left to the National Assembly to prescribe the placeholder's salary. The PM explained that while strict qualifications are required for judges, for an ombudsman, broader qualifications can be deemed appropriate.
Madam Speaker, neither post mandate that the qualifications of the office holder must be equal of that of the High Court judge. Still, the remuneration is reference to that of a High Court judge. This is clearly an anomaly here, Madam Speaker. In fact, since the appointments of the Ombudsman and Contractor General began, most have not had the qualifications of a judge of the High Court. None of the responsibilities required that the person engaged, and here again I quote, is qualified to practice as an attorney at law in a court of Belize or as an advocate in a court in any other part of the Commonwealth, having unlimited jurisdiction either in civil or criminal causes or matters for at least 5 years, end of quote. And so what has taken place in practice is that the National Assembly by resolution approves the salary of the person appointed Ombudsman or Contractor General with no strict reference to the remuneration of a High Court judge being made. A contract is simply settled with the office holder based on qualifications, experience, and other factors that are naturally considered in finalizing a contract.
Police have detained one person and have confiscated a 9mm pistol in connection with the shooting of a sergeant of police, Dalen Kelly, attached to the police station in Georgeville Village, Ohio. Reports are that at approximately 3:30 Monday afternoon, Kelly responded to a report of disturbance regarding a land dispute in the Maya Ranch area of the village some 4 miles along the road to Mountain Pine Ridge. Sergeant Kelly was shot by a male in custody. The officer was transported to the hospital and is reported to be in stable condition. That ends our morning news inside the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We take ourselves a small break. When we come back on the other side, it's the business of conversation. We will be ready to hear your thoughts and issues right up until 9 o'clock. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes right here on Creme Radio and on XTV. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Krem's Newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
WUB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes on this Tuesday morning, the 17th of March, 2026. And wherever you are this morning, we are glad that you are starting your day in our company. That's what we are trying to do, get a bit of your attention and out of your busy morning routine. I'm Mose. I'm hosting today. We've started since 6:30, but if you're just coming on, we're okay with that. We're just about to get the conversation started. As you know, that is what we do here. There's no presentation. This is not a speech. None of that stuff. This is hoping that we get people to call. We're hosting remotely, as you are able to see. We're not in the studios, but that doesn't prevent you from engaging with us. It's still easy to do. In fact, it's easier because we actually have WhatsApp capacity. And that means you can call us either direct or on WhatsApp at 672-4770. That's right. The number is 672-4770. Greetings, my brother. You got to turn down your device, bro. Turn down whatever it is you're listening to us on, and yeah.
The Wi-Fi, man, it's too powerful.
Talk to me. Where you going? Yeah, top of the day. What's going on?
Why, there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. Pile up and stack up. And I was trying to ignore it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues going on, Mose. I will you first make you pick where you want with touch, and then after that, I will say, well, because I have some disturbing, I don't know how that lucky one to run up into these cars, into these people. I think that because maybe I about in the street every day, and people believe that maybe I could make a difference for them by just getting the word out, right? For instance, yesterday, I can't go into the details because it's under investigation. What happened yesterday is one lady from, I think Jane Usher, for be right, can you tell me here, Jane Usher? I think she lose her son. Crime and violence. Right? Going down in the street, I believe. And she wait for a response. After the I think it went for 2 to 3 weeks now. It don't give back no feedback from the police department. But I tell her because maybe these things, this investigation, this is how it operates. But he said they give back no answer. He don't get no response. She suffered a stroke. Right? So she pleaded for the media to go to her location so that she can make, so she could inform public about what she experienced. That one. That one way. Next one again is that right now, Mose, the way how things happen, in society, in our streets, I believe, is like we're going down. We don't get no. Make I explain to you where I mean by that. I mean by people are depending on the law and the system and the police department to get justice in one situation and position when it comes to crime. People are expect to get justice. But the police department is failing in terms of just one simple thing by just respond and communicate to these people who have made their report, to the station and who have been through different avenues of losing their loved ones. They are not getting that public and the police department communication together because according to how I understand it is that CID responsible for their own work. Police not a brown uniform with blue pants responsible for their own work. It's like the department, they get together. It's like you don't need to get out. When you go to the department, when you get poor results. Because when you go to a police station, you believe that all police are one, which it should be. You realize police tell no man that my case, that for we department, that domestic, that they didn't turn you wrong. Then you, the public, don't know anything. These are the frustration people build up out there. Right? I got more, you know, because I stuck up for last month. But I don't know where we touch, because a lot of things never touch. You know,
I know dictate where callers want to talk about, brother. I don't want you to think you got whole morning, but yes, you could push through. I really just wanted to pay my respect to a couple fallen brothers. I know via Facebook really that Compton Speedy Stain has passed. And so I wanted to just pay my respect. I saw, I would see Compton at the what is it, the Illinois Hall building there on the by the big building, the new building, the big where the tax service would. That's where I would see him. I think that's where he worked. I think he might have recently retired. I'm not sure. I saw something like that on a social media post, but I saw him a couple of times for sure. The latter part of last year when I went to that building on some business, and you know, it's really struck me as a shock to hear that Peter Stain has passed. It just shows you that, you know, this life is not, you can't take it for granted. You know, today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. For those who don't know Speedy Stain, he was a major basketball star in the 90s, one of the star players in the semi-pro league. He originally was out of the Hawks organization. Some people never even know Hawks, you know where they talk about, out of Queen Square, out of Rocky Road area. You had the so that's when he first emerged. Actually, my father, I think there was some talk initially when we were coming out, because he had a relationship with a couple of our players that he might be playing with us. He ended up playing with Santinos at points. I think he might have played with the Lakers at some point as well. But Speed Stain was a headache. When I mean a headache, to try to defend, try to contain, he was quick, as his name implies. He obviously, his name is real, right? So he was not tall. He was a short player, but he was a headache, man. That bedroom there was hard to defend, and he gave us nightmares at the Raiders, you know, to try to contain him, because we had bigger guards, but they were not, you know, the quickest. So Speed Stain would be running around, and once he got into the paint, it was either a bucket or a foul. It's no, he was small, but he was not. You're not going to devour him in the paint. And if you gave him too much space, he would pull up and hit a 16-footer on your head. He was consistent with that, and he was. I don't know what his career free throw shooting was, but I know that it was pretty high. Compton would not miss big free throws. He was, you know. So I don't know him like as a. And whenever we see each other, because we were in the trenches, and you know, like, yo, Speed Stain, I would say to him, Bedrin, you give me a lot of problems. You know, like you had some players where just give we a lot of problems, and we had like smaller guards like that would give us some real stress. I want to just give condolences to his family. Speed Stain, a legitimate star basketball player. I don't know much about his personal life, his family, and all of that, but I know he was a hardworking man. I always saw Speed Stain on the grind, and it's a stunner to know that Speed Stain passed. I don't know the details surrounding his passing, but I just want to pay respect, because we live in a time when people quickly forget, you know, we move on, but there was a time when that man did, I mean, a big part of some great games when they play upon the Civic. And big respects, Peter, and rest in peace, brother, and condolences to the family. And then, of course, I have to. Yesterday, I spoke about Ruben Morales Iglesias, who's a consummate professional sports journalist, thorough, detail-oriented, and though we never, he was never with Krem or with the zinc fence. You not because somebody's not with you, you're not able to say, yo, that's a good man, that's a hardworking man, that's a man that brings his game every time. I could recall like a big thing when we were doing the football games, which he did. He didn't do basketball as much. He did the football games, and it was a pressure because Ruben will always get the interviews before we did, like at the halftime and post game. Like we would want to reach and get to talk to the ballers, but Ruben would be on the field side. He has a little apparatus and he's on and he's going to get the guy before you did. So he was like he was full 100 as a sports journalist. I know he was also a teacher as well in his main profession. Sports journalism, I guess, was just a thing he did on the side. His voice is a voice that is iconic, bilingual, fluid. I had the honor of doing a joint broadcast with him for the Gold Cup in the States when we made it there, and as a part of the special moment, we kind of worked it out with our competitor to do joint broadcasts to make it easier, and so he and I teamed up. And I wish I had recording of those. I don't know where I could find them, but those were special moments. Again, he treated me with respect all the time. He would, after a while, like when we were doing those games, we were just we were on different teams, but we did our the games, right? The Love crew would be there, we would be there, and before and after the game, with our human beings, we chat and we become very cordial and real to one another. I know that our Diaz would always be a part of that team. I forgot the name of the technician that would be on that team. I'm really sorry about it, but I know that they traveled a lot together. They did their thing together. So I know that as a loss to all those colleagues that he worked with and to his family and everything. So I just want to send out my condolences for real to the family of a good man and an excellent journalist. Huh?
You know what I want to plug in?
Yeah.
And I usually, I tell you this to your face. But since they're upon the topic of we're losing people and we don't give that genuine, loyal respect to people, to their face and in their presence, I want you to know that ever since I get to know you, and we know each other, you have always taken the place of a brother in my life. I have come to you with a lot of bogus, movement, and you always put me on the right track and make an old. No, don't forget that. Because you know my head a hustling brain. You meet me as a hustler. You beg me for everyone, put down the leeway aside and make a really decent job and focus on where I want to achieve in a life and forward for the goal. Because for some reason, when a lot of people out there never believe in me, you believe in me. You keep push me till I depart there. And it's not like I 100% qualify in the media world. I've worked my way up. I've proven myself. Till now, the public have accepted me for who I am with what I do. Because I've created an avenue for myself and you guys have opened that door for me. Not saying that I don't do right now. I think about 21 years or 22 years in this type of field. But the public have shown
actually, I don't want to listen.
I talk for myself, you know.
Yeah, but Benjamin, but Benjamin, you know that, you know, people that think, well, you know, that nah, man, we do the we got one duty, in the midst of a storm to see who we could try get in the doorway, because we're not gonna yacht, doorway. And all over you got people have to try see who could get out of the storm and get out of the flood and put in one doorway and try, you know, make some movement. And there's no great. There's no. Yeah, I know into that though, brother. I know into that though, brother, because, you know, boom. I give. Anyway, brother, you say what other things you want to deal with. I appreciate and thank you as a brother that you publicly say that are your brother and that have been a good influence. Yeah, man. Respect is you. All right. Salute. Give thanks. But
listen to me now.
Corozal. Yeah.
Yeah, it on social media. And the chat then bring it to my attention. One grandmother, I can't today have one. I don't want to say the wrong word, but I know they have a child where, you know, I don't know if it's disabled or, but he's sick. Mentally, he's sick. He's sick bad. He's sick. He's sick real bad. Right? They know a word for it. Because I watch it yesterday. What happened is that they are from Corozal. They're alleging, they say that this is happening over and over a part. It looked like over the Corozal, and they put this out to the health department, is that the assistant is very, very poor in terms of the way how people have been treating out there. Now that makes a surprise for me, because I know the Minister of Health out of the area there. I know the big boys in the out of the area there, so I expect Corozal or Enjoy to get 110% full treatment in everything. Everything. Now she's saying that they're back and forth, that the hospital with the child, and they only give the child medication, and some of the medication, I mean, if it's 7 years within medication, they know they agree with the child. But you know when you go to one hospital and you tell the doctor, me got that last week and that agreed, and you know doctor like look on you and tell you, I know the doctor, I mean the doctor. But then sometimes some doctor have to start listening to the patient, because what the grandmother they explain is that she's saying that certain medication don't agree with the picnic, it make the picnic get worse. And then the thing is now, it look like the picnic stands so bad, they make appointment to move on from Corozal to Orange Rock. Now bear in mind, this grandmother keep repeating and say, listen to me, the people usually require a beg for financial assistance when it comes to medical health. All right, they don't beg for no financial assistance. Then they beg for attention. And expect that the doctor then could do their job to the fullest. So now when they get a chance to try get the boy to Orange Rock, because look like Orange Rock have a bigger health department, they say that when a time for organize it, they say that they don't have no ambulance. Put it in and say they can yesterday if you move out, he said that today they have to wait till 9 o'clock. It's like you have to book the ambulance. Right? You get a lady so frustrated because look, it is well properly known in Corozal. But remember, they say they have no other choice but come to social media and vent. Right? She keep repeating whether they ask for no financial help. We're asking for medical assistant to try deal with the situation of the boy. You know what I'm saying? 7 years everybody travel with this sickness what he got. And the lady tell me it's not easy. I don't want easy thing to deal with. The lady says sometimes it's so rough to know that there is no way to turn, like nobody don't care. You know, he back against the wall. He's not begging for money. They got the money if he did it, the youth. And this over and over and over and over. You gotta, I want to be real. And I tell you from experience, right? You're good at KHMH, Mose. It's like they don't have enough doctors there. They don't have enough. I don't know how they things set up. But the point is, it's like you go to the place and like, I wonder what we come to. It's like in the government department, any way part of the government department was, it's like people in just good at work for good at work. It's like the people that don't good at work because they love what they do. They're interested in what they do, they believe in what they do. Like people just go to work for go that work because that one job. You get what I'm saying? That look bad to our society. Everywhere you turn, you can't get assistance in a no way professionally. Like nobody don't take their job at the professional level. Nobody. Some delay or something, and you just tell us. And the thing is sad part about it most, you're sitting there watching this happen right in front of your face. The lady says sit down there. He sit down with 2, 3. Yeah, come 1 minute they come. We are considering right now. Next minute they come. You see they come after that. Somebody come sit. You know what I'm saying? Then thing there is most 2 things I read. 2 things I will always get man about. You know, health is very important. Education is very important. The thing important. Once you could deal to people into things with the power, with the move on the right track. Next thing again, we bother me Mose and our give the minister of sports credit. Because I could see since he take over, I see little things happen. Because Mose, right now, in a Lekai, the youth in a Lekai say, you know, I don't know if you know part of the police station there, you know they have an original basketball court, did they?
Yeah, man.
The original basketball court.
Yeah, man.
The last government when we did in, strong a basketball court, fence off that place, and almost that goes to that place. The youth then they say, right now, the youth then say, they want to block the fence, they want back their basketball court because they can't go back. They have a basketball court, but they back a complex. That's a complex. They can't go back there. You get what I'm saying? Then see what's up for we basketball court, for we original basketball court, right there, every deal. And that whosoever deal that, like they work it that high fence, that chain, nobody doing there. Most wide in it took with the livelihood of this generation. And then when the time crime situation get out of hand, they want to know why. That's when they want to know why, what we could do to make a difference. Sports is one of them. Sports is very important. And then they take for the youth their livelihood most. That's why the youth they go pick up gun. That's why youth they all over social media they be idle. They're not getting constructive programs. They think they're very important. I always say this. And I say this to our minister. You don't judge all the minister for the things when they do, but make I tell you something. You go check all the minister report card. Check their report card. Some of the ministers are okay. And then they tell them brawling. Some of them outright just do not care. The only thing you see them fabricate and fake the thing. Them by look care, Mose. You go in some community. You watch some football field. All you need that chop. All you need that chop. And then these guys can't tell me, these guys got so much stuff under their belt. They can't tell me they don't feel anything, their brother. When you listen to me, these are what you break today and break it no more. These are what can't take it no more. And I get poor turnout at the polling station, you know. People get fed up because they recycle too much. Healthcare is very important. Education is very important. Why you think we have so much young people, especially female, who drop shot? In the past, I end up get pregnant and I pick me, want to go back to school. Right now, you go get a nice school. The majority of people that go to a nice school are in this school. The female, they think they serious moves. Yesterday, the prime minister, the media, even the media got their own issues. Prime Minister talk to you if you want. Jump in a vehicle, roll out. If you want. The important matters. If you behave like you run a country, and not show good results, and not be a run for your country, that tell me a lot about you. They have 31 and then. Correct me that 31 and they in the house, that be my plan, right? Correct me, come on, get that right.
31, sir.
They depend on one minister. Anytime they drop in the whole world depends on one minister. The deputy to come and clear the air for the every time. One minister, you know. To clear the air, poor people depend on. The real people in the pen pan. To clear the air. To cover up all the scandal, all the back and forth, all the mistrust of funds. They depend on one person. They put a burn on him. You get what I'm saying? Then that the reality will be the face what people don't want to accept.
All right, my brother.
It's very important.
You're going for a big speech. You did say you had a lot of things to say. You get one good sit down. You get one good bite, one good chunk.
In a lot of words, they tell me time up. No problem.
You get a good one, man. How you want to catch feelings? You get a good one.
I have to take the runner because once Mr. Lady come on, you know, and they want to come. I can't hear break again.
Well, that's it. But you get a good one and even interject and even talk. I just listen to you.
I want a good one every day, man.
You want a good one every day. You need your own show. You got your own show, you know, brother. You could start talk what you want to talk.
Anyway, my brother, but then there's some issues where we
give thanks. Give thanks.
Right?
All right. Yeah, man. WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for today, Tuesday, the 17th of March, 2026. The number for your call, 6724770. We host the show remotely since yesterday. But we are still very functional when it comes to engaging with you. We had a lot of things to say this morning. And we try our best to make sure that the door keep open so that anybody who want to join in and have something to say are able to do so. Couple of things I want to throw out there, if I have the time, either before a break or before our next caller comes in. It's been too long. A lot of time has been lost. A lot of precious coastline has been lost to the sea in Monkey River. But I am still very pleased that there is an effort going on in Monkey River. I don't know if the effort is going to be successful, but I think it's probably one of the first times you have a high-level government initiative to try to combat the erosion that has taken place in Monkey River. And I know into the flowers business, I know into the praise, I know into all of that. I think governments have duties. And when you do what you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to get cheerleading and all of that. I ain't a cheerleader. I ain't never been, and I'll never be. That is not my rule. You got cheerleaders, good for them. That's not my business. At the same time, because it pained me when I went to Monkey River, might have been about 3 or 4 years ago. We did an entire reef week for Monkey River. And we did a documenting of the collapse of that village, literal collapse. When your dead are no longer resting in peace, they're in the sea. The way that we are oriented, the way our culture is, the way we have reverence for those who have passed on, it's really crushing. And to see them feel very helpless. We had major conversations about, well, how could you just ignore what is happening in Monkey River? Like them people not count, like they don't matter. This is something that's been going on for such a long time. The Monkey River erosion problem did not start a couple of years ago. Started a long time ago. And so there is gross negligence that has happened there. And it goes beyond negligence because they are trying to solve a problem that begins upstream. So it's still just treating symptoms rather than tackling the real source of the problem. But to see something being done is still something that matters. So we give it respect. WB, good morning.
Good morning, Mose. Three things, Sandra Coy. Number one, hello?
Yes, we're hearing you, Ms. Corey.
This problem of cost of living, what are they going to charge us? Let us say the petroleum goes to $200 a barrel. On top of that, that is going to be the purchase cost. But what about insurance? Insurance has gone up in the Mediterranean region by 600%. I don't know what it is today. That is what it was a week and a half approximately ago. But it's not only the Mediterranean Mode. These people decided to torpedo ships in the Pacific area. So that means that if there is a ship, an Iranian ship, for some reason in the Caribbean, they will choose to blow that up. That immediately puts all shipping in danger. I'm not now dealing with crews. They're in danger too. But I'm dealing with cargo. So by expanding the war beyond the theater of war into the Pacific, and then you have all the blowing ups that are taking place in the Caribbean, these people are putting shipping in extreme danger. So that means the insurance costs will go up phenomenally. So that you have the purchase cost of the barrel at 200, plus the insurance, plus the delayed time, because let us say they are going to come from the Pacific along down south to the coast of Africa to cross the Atlantic, whereas normally they would have come down through the into the Persian Gulf, into the Red Sea, into the Suez Canal, into the Mediterranean, and across the Atlantic. Now, we import garlic from China. So what are we going to pay for garlic, Mose? And garlic is not only a condiment, it is also used medicinally. I don't know why we go all the way to China, but that is where we get our garlic from. And it's not only garlic. So because our government only is so short-sighted and non-creative, the only way they know to make money is to tax us out of our survival. And international agencies are making the point that if this thing continues and the price of oil goes up, the third world, or what they call the global south, will not eat. And that is what we are being faced with, Mose. So this thing isn't simple, and it really needs to have decisions made for our people's survival. Not for the survival of the government, for the survival of the populace. My second point is, you just read a reading on some decision on a little boy 13 years old. But I'm sorry, I do not agree with the judge that if I understand the ruling, the society doesn't bear any responsibility. The law, the state of emergency is a right, it's proper and correct. But does the judge community of this country understand the sociology of this country? Not at all. They don't understand the sociology. But they don't understand why we have ended up with children 13 years being criminals. Why? And you think that's bad? I haven't heard you all, nor Lord, nor nobody discuss the decisions made or the positions taken at that conference in Miami, not the Saturday gone, the Saturday before, the weekend before, on the regional security, which will be directed strictly at gang structures. And their position is the response must be lethal, lethal. What does that mean, Mose? Doesn't that mean that you will kill these people? Isn't that what you understand from the word lethal?
Yeah, that's what lethal implies. Death.
Yes. And that is the position. They didn't even announce that conference, Mose. It was sort of hole in the dark. Attached to the supposed summit with all the right-leaning people, which then turned out to be some summit for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that worrisome, Mose, because I personally observed the rise of the gangs right there in Guatemala.
But we did report on that. We did report on that last week. In fact, the minister who attended.
I'm saying you didn't have any discussion and conversation on the matter.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I have not had the opportunity to do so. But I believe that is a matter of great significance. The extent to which we are going to comply with the with what their view has now morphed into that they are going to treat gangs the way that they treat Al-Qaeda and ISIS.
Exactly, Mo. That is exactly what was being said.
It started with
they are being designated terrorist organizations. Yeah. These terrorist organizations arose out of the venality, the dishonesty, the corruptibility of the ruling political classes and the economic classes. That is what I watched in Guatemala most at 6 o'clock in the morning in 1984, going out to take a walk and purchase some food. Pass a place and see little boys there at 6 in the morning. A whole gathering of them. The place was inundated. And I'm wondering, what are these children doing out here? Ask a lady. I saw little boys sniffing airplane, the liquid, and sniffing the thing that you use to remove nail polish. In front of this place, it was an arcade, you know, where they have the electronic games. Now, those had not yet reached Belize.
So what is the role? What is the role of the CIA in the development of the narco gang culture in urban?
All of this has to be addressed. You don't just sit down and deal out court decision and participate, and you have not taken into consideration the history, the sociology, the economics that caused this problem. This is not a problem. The Intifada did not arise because Palestinians wanted to just become disorderly. It is a response, just as happened in the time of Jesus Christ. At that time, the rise of the zealots was a response to Roman extortion, brutality, combined with the dishonesty, cowardice of the leading political theocratic class, because the rulers of ancient Judea were both the religious leaders and the political leaders. That is what produced them, just as produced the resistance in the contemporary era in the Arab population. It's very worrisome. Go ahead.
Yeah, my concern, well, not my concern, but it's apparent to me that Caribbean leaders and Latin American leaders have no line in the sand as it relates to what they're being asked to do. The fact that without a struggle, without resistance, without a fight, they have gone along with the pressure to end the relationship with the Cuban medical practitioners.
Exactly.
It says to me, you anything they come and tell you to do, you are going to comply with. If they say we want to start bombing, we will shoot boats in, because I didn't say this on here, but last week I told Wilmer here, I said, when we were out there in the sea, I said, I feel that a year will not go by before a boat is going to be attacked from up top in Belizean waters. It's going to happen. Now that's my view.
Exactly. And these are serious. This discussion is needed nationally. We can't just, and what's frightening more? Are you aware? I have listened. I know some Persian. I don't know a lot of Persian. I could have learned it fluently, but I did. But I have listened to members of the Iranian society confronting the present horror story, comments on Cuba and Venezuela in their discussions, expressing concern for the Cubans way across. Look how far they have to come to Cuba. Look how far they have to come to go to Venezuela. And expressing concern, both commiserating with all the people in this region we are not commiserating and identifying with. And the last thing I want to say, that point Mr. Brick made about the medical situation really needs to be examined more. I heard a report, I think it was on you all, some move now where people will have to present a prescription to obtain prescription medication. Now, Mose, I am 78. I have grown up with 3 to 4 generations of medical personnel in this country. And I can tell you as a fact that the people of my mother's generation, and prior to her, Dr. Husha was once my doctor. Dr. Dingwall was my doctor. Dr. Clark was my doctor. I didn't have to go to the doctor very much, very rarely. But when I did have to go, they were the people who attended to me. Impressive people as medical people, both. I even have a story about your grandaunt, Miss Strong. Her going to Dr. Husha over and over until finally he got fed up for her and tell her, listen, young lady, you're wasting your money coming here every month with a new textbook because she used to read health in the Reader's Digest. And no more, I can personally attest to people being over-medicated, over-prescribed, misanalyzed, misdiagnosed, misprocedured. I know somebody who was operated on most and the small intestine was punctured. The person is now dead. You see? So, when you're going to try to... And then what about the antibiotics being sent into the chickens and into the cows that are born in this country? So before you start to straighten out something, understand the problem properly. In this country and in the third world or the global south, or whatever name they want to give it, many people have survived and lived to old age by going to consult with the pharmacist about a problem because they don't have the money to go to the doctor, they don't have the time to sit down in a clinic, they have to work and they just didn't have it. And things arrange themselves. So I am not sure that decision is being made out of genuine love and concern for the Belizean people. When that is so, I don't have a problem, but I know it's not. Because I already have about 17 years ago, I was in an emergency situation. And I was given 5 prescriptions. And the only thing that saved me, I didn't know they were wrong, was my friend Derek Aikman insisted, he called and said, what I got. He said, son, would you agree to bringing in another doctor? I said, well, which doctor? We don't have anybody doing house visit. He said he knew a doctor. I said, well, okay. If you can get the man, send the man. And that doctor came, and that doctor examined me. I presented him with the 5 prescriptions, and he told me after all the examination, he said, Ms. Corey, I don't want you to buy one of these medications. You don't have any of these sicknesses. I said, so what are those for? He said, well, one is for your heart. You don't have a heart problem. One is for, each one was for something I didn't have. I didn't have any of those 5 prescriptions more. I did what the doctor told me. He said, I don't want you to, I want you to do X and Y. And I did what he told me, and I'm alive today because of that. So, yes, all of it, you cannot have Mose, we grew up, we came into our humanity, our humanhood in Africa. That is where we evolved. And there was no PAHO, no WHO, no Harvard, no John Hopkins, no Usher, no none of that. No Cambridge, no Oxford, no none of that. And we survived in that environment because the conditions with that environment provided us massive access to protein, but we had to learn to become predators. A lot of things. So why we not look at feeding our people first properly, Mose? Get them properly fed to stand up because what use of taking medication, Mose, if you can't, you don't have the money to eat. That's what killed my friend Beverly. She was dealing with medication, not the tell her to climb this, for Beverly. How you not going to eat food, honey? You have to adjust the medication to the food, not the food to the medication. You have to eat. So no, sorry. Those 3 things are my real concern. The cost of living. What you we gonna pay all the cost more? The cost of importation, the cost of increased insurance, all the added risk. Right now as we speak, if you study the plane fares, let's say in India, they have attached a fuel surcharge on some tickets. You understand? So our business has to stand up when we stand up as the Caribbean and address this war, man. Challenge this war. Don't be sitting down in room, saving it and doing this war is going to destroy millions of people. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ms. Corey. It's time for us to take a break. We have 2 Cents Cam, that's sponsored by 4 Point Security. Right after 2 Cents Cam, we take our first commercial break. We'll be back with more WB right after that. Right here in Creme Radio and on XTV.
You're watching WB and this is XTV. Ask the fisherman name. What make them choose to be a fisherman and some of the challenges they face? Let's go ask them 2 Cents Cam, sponsored by 4 Point Security. What make you love the fishing? What make you love the fishing? What make you love it? Huh?
I was born in the village of Sartenia, you know, where the sea is there.
Yes, sir.
Right? And the first time I get my first voyage in the sea was when I was 3 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my father take me on the by the coast to do fish with net.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since then whilst I was going to high school and primary school, you know, during my summers, I used to go with my father fishing, and I just fell in love with the sea. I really love the sea. When I'm out there on the sea, I feel comfortable. I feel like if I'm at home, I feel good.
Yes, sir.
I feel good, you know. If I have stress, like the stress goes away and everything. The life in the sea is really good. Really.
That your 2 cents.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yes, Make you love the sea.
I've been around there barrier for years now. But we can.
That your 2 cents.
Yeah.
All right. So you just love the sea. All right. 2 cents.
Fisherman means that I witness fair to win men unto Christ.
Okay.
Make them to be better men.
All right.
Than they were before when I finished dealing with them.
That your 2 cents.
That my 2 cents.
Bet and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best, darling. Double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Smart, stay connected, stay happy.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
I want to share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our student here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children go up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river now pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there, but as you can see, we've moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate, we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you've been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try to keep me the coffee warm for later.
Where do you know?
I'll try to think about what to eat.
You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Tuesday morning, the 17th of March 2026. I'm Mose. I'm hosting today. And of course, when we there, about how we could exchange thoughts, views, opinions, the big conversation, weekday mornings. We want to hear from you. The number to call is 672-4770. We are hosting remotely this morning, not in studios, but the phone to work, the mic to work. We want to hear you. People want to hear you. Just as functional as if I was in the studio. So feel comfortable for linking and tell me where you to think about and what you to talk about. Now, we have, I think the big, one of the big points where, but make I take this call before I proceed. WUB, good morning.
Good morning, Brother Mo.
Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Greetings are hanging there by the grace of the Most High.
Okay, so you're in
Ramadan.
You're going through the Ramadan.
Yeah. Couple more days.
Okay.
But all praise be to the Most High that He gives the strength, physical and mentally.
Yes.
But I wanted to tell you, welcome back from Hawaii, Belize.
Hawaii. I don't know about the Hawaii part, but yeah, I was in the Sapadilla. Yes.
Yeah, well, for me, that is our Hawaii because you have the islands, you have what is the paradise of the jewel.
Yes, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Well, it is welcoming back to the city. All right.
Yeah,
Give thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Give thanks. All right. Yeah, man. Again, the number 672-4770. If you're not getting a call, somebody else step on the line already, my dear sister. So you just have to call back in. All right. The number again, 672-4770. Just, so much things to go on, and again, wanted to just touch on this matter of the Auditor General's presentation to the Public Accounts Committee, in which the Auditor General, but I will take a pause. Yes, greetings, sister. Hello. All right, with it. Hello.
Good morning, Belize. Good morning, Belizeans. Good morning, Brother Mose. Sister Yaya. I'll have to call in tomorrow too because it's just a lot. Like right now, Belizeans are under a lot of pressure mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially. We really have to be intentional to take our individual and collective breath and prioritize what enough we best interests. Now, me in the community yesterday and today. And I don't know how much our people pay attention. I know I'm not paying enough attention. We know that the government of Belize buy back the Port of Belize Limited. We know that we don't have a lot of trust based on past experience. But I alert everybody, next Wednesday, March 25th, 7 o'clock, they will have one in-person consultation, the Biltmore. That the next Wednesday, March 25th. Now, when you have the environmental impact assessment, it should be an environmental and social impact assessment because they're not just about the impact this proposed development can have on the physical environment, but it should also be the social component. So just the fact that in public notice have EIA and they don't have the S for the social component, very concerning to me, again, that the interest is not on the social environment, primarily the people. That's one big part of the social environment, that the people. But tomorrow I'll call and I'll give them more knowledge about it. Yesterday I got in the Port Laola area and I sit down with Sister Latanya Apollonia Gonges because she's the community organizer I work with the past 2 times. when UEF saw the gap, as far as there's nobody want me to talk about the people nearest to the port for the past proposals. You had people who had environmental interests, people who had other interests, but there was no space for the vote. They did a presentation to us yesterday. Me personally, and I live in that community as a Belizean, I have an interest. And already with the limited knowledge I have, I will have to do one crash course to be ready for next Wednesday. Let I ask Belizeans for as much as I can, ask questions, do on our own research. So again, with Pat, I don't say this administration start off on the wrong foot. Again, then it's about community consultation without doing any meaningful knowledge or education awareness. How I want always stand on, it's unethical to ask people to give their input on something where you, the individual or the persons would ask for the input. No, we never do no knowledge sharing or awareness building in any serious way. Like this is the whole country of Belize, you know. The Belizean, because now that one is owned by the government of Belize. It's again similar to BTL instead of public-private interest. That we Belizean taxpayers' money to go there. That we won't get impacted by it or benefit from it if it turns out to be a good thing. But with no, meaningful public awareness for 6 months and just the one complex thing to understand. And for talking our language of people could relate to. So again, there was no awareness. Now, a serious way for Belizeans to understand this proposal of expanding the cargo area and creating more cruise berths so that more cruise ship could come in and large with more passengers. There's no meaningful campaign for make we learn so that when they ask people have one input, we have one input from a position of knowledge and confidence. So that we're part then don't go wrong already. But again, I don't want crash course. I walked from Bakajino yesterday, and on the way out, I asked 11 people randomly, anybody contact on about this proposal? Want to know anything about it? And 11 people said no. Now, I know they have one scientific formula, those responsible for developing and implementing the project. What they use, we say, let's say you have, because I really put all our constituents in the look pan. So we'll talk about Yabra, Farbers Road, the highway, everybody in that region there. And so that they don't have to go to every household. They have one ratio, and I understand that. But on the ground as a grassroots organizer, I'm going to ask people, you hear about it? Where you hear about it? And I guarantee you, and I don't have a lot of time, we don't have the resources we had the last time. I guarantee you most of people no. And I know the first one, but tell you, I don't live in the community, but I don't know. I hardly know anything because I do so much other things. And so I say, I don't know. Then I totally understand that most of the people don't know neither because they're not Belizean like every other Belizean. So I alert Belizeans. This have to be one priority to learn, and please, I appeal to Belizeans. No make politicians use you for carrying that consultation and give you a promise you and give you and then you go along with the project without really understanding the impact this project will have. And I just say, day one, I don't trust the process, even though I don't start to do the work yet, because this administration or former administration, again, because they don't do the education awareness, I don't trust them. Real talk. And I don't say how everyday people want benefit long term. But again, I declare I do research. So one, I flag that to say Belizeans next week, Wednesday, March 25th, 7:00 p.m. That's Western. Because of the short notice, and I know we have one duty to inform and educate. This Sunday, past Sunday review, I want to find somebody. I want to schedule the guest because this is an urgent matter where I need we partners, the international partners, for come in and share with me. I know they're not I try sway nobody to one particular position, but when the developer, well, at the state now, they want the development, so they want hello everything was good. I know they hear no drawbacks, and I'm sure there are drawbacks. The line this year is that all the things that were a process under the former developer, that they have addressed all those issues now. So like there's no issue. I not buy that. I just set to Belizeans and ring the bell. This critical. We collectively as Belizeans, as fishers, as people in the community nearest to the Port of Belize Limited, stevedores, Belizeans in the diaspora, we have one duty to learn the knowledge and then have a serious debate about it. No, that will be tomorrow. I want ready tomorrow. Anything you want to say about that, Mose?
Yeah, I was just saying before your call that, and you kind of said it as well. There's so much going on that we have to talk about, and I hate just talking about a thing just to tick the box and say talk about it, no? And so when Ms. Corey brought up the issue of the meetings that were held in Miami and everything that went on with that, which absolutely all of that happened, and that is such a significant thing. So much you have there for really chew into and unpack, because the implications are dark, and you have to give that attention. But last week, I'm dealing with, being a part of the whole week process, and then we're dealing with some of the issues that go on as it relates to that. And then we have one mega conflict where they go on, where have implications for oppressed people and impoverished communities across the world. The implications are very, very dire. So you have to deal with that. And then you have the everyday things where they take place on a local level, where also require you to engage upon it and have conversations about it. So it's a very congested time for try tackle topics, and to do so. And I have to confess, you unavoidably fall short of what is required to deal with some of these things. So
I agree.
So I was asked to have the representative consultant, Mr. Daniel Gutierrez, asked to meet and put the presentation, and he did so Thursday before last. I think it's Thursday before last, or Friday before, which before the holiday, which would be the 6th, I believe. And I expressed, you make the presentation was made and whatnot. And then he mentioned about the consultation. And I said then, as I will say now, that is extremely troubling to me. That is troubling to me. You have flagged a different aspect that is troubling. But what is troubling to me, as somebody that understands getting people to alter their schedules to go to a public event, the very fact that it's being held at the Biltmore, and this is not a knock at the Biltmore. I like the Biltmore. I go to the Biltmore. It's a place I go to. It's not about the Biltmore. It's about what is being taken there and the decision to have it there. Again, Biltmore has facilities, amenities, and accommodates, and has conference rooms, and yes, this is not about the facilities. It's about what you signal to me that you're having the event there. I explained to the consultant the last time that there was the then controller owner of this place had a consultation. We had to rent a bus to get our people there, and political operatives did the same. But unless you had access to that, it required a lot out of you, especially if you live in Port Loyola, to go to the Biltmore for a public consultation. But beyond that, that's one concern. But the second thing is, you're telling me that the consultation is going to happen on March 25th. I am in the media. I read. I do my best to be on top of things. This is March 6th. It was then March 6th, which means it's 19 days away. 19 days away, I become aware you're doing a consultation. Immediately, that says to me that there has been no broad public marketing campaign to promote this event. Now, I'm in the business of promoting. I am in the business of promoting events. I know how much you have to do to get people to attend events, even when the events are festive and enjoyment and pleasure based. To make people buy into going to such events, you have to do a lot. You have to bombard social media. You have to be on the ground. I mean, you see the type of work that's required to create a turnout. It's not easy work. So if I don't see you doing that, you cannot convince me that you really and truly want a massive turnout. Like how you do it signals to me what your end objective is. And if you are not demonstrating, if you started promoting, if the date was in June and you were starting to publicize that event from now, I would say, they're making an effort. They're giving you a long notice time so that you can make the plans. If you have to find a babysitter, you have the time. And then you say it would be at some public venue within the community, and you are going to have tents, and you're going to have you're going to bring in the PA systems and the lighting and the seats. Again, it says to me, you're really trying to get the community to come out. So if you are doing that, there is a lacking in the public campaign to get people to know about the event. The notice time is extremely short. You're having it at a venue that is on the highway, which makes it a challenge for many people in that community. Then it says to me, man, this is not a very serious process. And I said it then to the brother, and I'm saying it publicly. To have that event on March 25th is to really make it unreasonably difficult for somebody to go there. Not even talking about the necessity, the requirement for you to you would have said allow for the awareness and education, because you cannot a consultation where only one person there has data and information and it's a one-way thing is not a consultation. A consultation is truly living up to his term when I am acquainted with the matter. I have been allowed to become familiar with all aspects of it, not just what you put on the table, but I have time to access feedback from those who scrutinize what you are putting on the table. So now there is a kind of symmetry that happens in this process. I am informed when I get there, so now I can present. Listen, if somebody presents something to me right now, I will have what you would call the instant questions. But those are not normally the more consequential concerns. The more consequential concerns are going to take time to develop. It takes time for that thing to digest, and then maybe a week from now, and I'm processing and I'm saying, but wait, I don't know about that. So if you just drop something to me right now, I sit down and you drop something to me, and you're expecting my most informed, my most relevant, my most consequential concerns. This is my only window to do it. My only window to do it is right then and there. That is a significant disadvantage. That is a flawed process. And so I have to just go on the record to say, man, if you say to me, yo, we are, in fairness, the consultant has said to me that they've had multiple meetings they've met with fishers from down the Yabra, they've met with, I think they went through churches okay, well, cool. There's a long list of people that they have met with. I raised some issues as to, some elements that I think that they should, to see if they had met with them. I said, have you met with FECTAB? Have you met with various organizations? I want to know. But when it comes to the EIA public consultation, now this process counts, because now you are ticking a box that is a legal requirement for you to get the approval. So now this is on the record, and people's positions at that meeting are extremely consequential. And if you are genuine about making sure that people understand everything, they are informed, and that their feedback is valuable to you, you don't do it as a rush event. This is a rush event. I can't call it any other thing. It is a rush event. And I have to appeal to those who are organizing it to say, hey, that is really and truly, that falls way short of some fundamental requirements for it to be considered a legitimate process. Those are my thoughts on that.
I really appreciate your reasoning, as always, Planet Mose. The information that are public libraries, and I think that one 600-page document. Now, most Belizean people now want to read that. So even if they could find one practical way to present the knowledge so that people could relate to it, if they're genuine about teaching so we could make one informed decision. So I'm going to park that, but tomorrow I'll call.
All right.
Today somebody meet me Mose without concern. They said that yesterday the primary school basketball tournament started. Mm-hmm. And that, so what the street is now. One bag of money may schedule for it, but somebody mismanaged the money. And because the money get mismanaged, instead of a primary school basketball tournament lasting 2 months, it only for last 2 weeks. And in that 2 weeks, they expect primary school children to play 2 games per day. 11 o'clock, you're tired, go eat, come back and play 1 o'clock. And the person was just very hurt and said, they don't care than a civic and that's on ice. They have the children to play the 25 cents hot bag of water to give to the children there. That in the minister's sports come out for cut a rib, it feel like they just want check box moment. And somebody said to me that Holy Redeemer Primary School withdrew from the tournament, and that yesterday that made the first day, primarily because they say the injustice is not right. I don't know what happened at the sports council. I don't know who was say about this, and I trust the person who give me the information.
I don't agree with the problem from the standpoint of playing 2 games in a day. Generally, at that level, you could have a situation where teams would play throughout the day. That's common. Say in America with their AAU circuits, they would just come one weekend and have all the games. At that age, especially, the games they're not 48-minute games. They're not 40-minute games. The kids can play. Absolutely, the fact that they are not playing in the Civic is a problem to me. Absolutely, not having the proper planning, the proper, all that is required for them. They're playing, and especially if the schools were not engaged with and knew beforehand exactly how the tournament would be structured, and they didn't buy in. If this was something given to them on the 11th hour, that is complete nonsense. And definitely, I mean, it's obvious. If there are certain monies that have been allotted or budgeted for a tournament, there has to be proper accounting for those monies. I'm not I don't have a big problem with the 2 games in a day. I think when it comes now to the high school tournament, the fact that these competitions have been shortened is a problem. But at the level of the primary school, no, I don't. The way this should have been, and I don't even know, you don't even have to do a lot of due diligence. If a school has withdrawn, it has to be that the administrators of that school were not properly prepped as to what would take place. There was not a buy-in. And if that has not been done and there's not a buy-in, then this entire thing has been done in an extremely flawed manner. That would be my view on that, and would make it unacceptable. But having access to the Civic, and its games are being played in the day, I don't know how you could make an argument why the kids would not be put in the Civic to play. I can't understand that. Like, why do we have the Civic then? It's for what? Graduations and political events. Like, it's there primarily for sports. That is its primary function. And so anybody that says, oh man, the cost of turning on the AC, like, get out of here. Whatever it costs at that level, we're not talking here about private enterprise basketball. We are talking here about children that are in school. Like don't play with that. They deserve to be in the Civic. That's my view.
Respect, brother. Thanks for the reasoning. Only organize people and save the people.
All right. I got to go to break. We'll be right back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
Belize is transforming the way taxes are managed with the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, a modern system built on flexibility, efficiency, and accountability. SAR will have its own human resource policies, ensuring faster hiring, fairer opportunities, and competitive pay that rewards performance. The SARA will also manage its own budget, making it easier to fund what matters most: better technology, improved taxpayer services, and stronger enforcement when needed. With this flexibility comes responsibility. Independent audits, public reports, and parliamentary oversight will ensure full transparency. SARA's transparency, flexibility, and efficiency will ensure smarter decision-making, better taxpayer service, and responsible use of public funds. SARA, flexibility to serve you better, accountability to serve you right.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
I feel very happy for Francisca, a single mother who has struggled a lot, and this house is going to be now theirs, and it's an opportunity for a new beginning.
I'm tremendously excited and honored to have received this present. I applied some years ago, and The response that I received was spectacular, and I'm completely happy about receiving this home. I cannot wait to spend the first night here with my girls, and have this sense of feeling that I finally get to own something.
Turning that key feels amazing. It's ours. We can walk how we want to walk in it, be loud, have fun memories, That's what I'm trying to create for them.
I feel very grateful and happy that we're in a new house and we can move around how we want and make as much noise as we want.
It's a huge step for me and especially my son to own our new home, and I'm looking forward to make it even more extended so we can have even a bigger home eventually in the future. I am happy and excited. My birthday was yesterday, so today that's a perfect gift.
I'm very grateful, excited about my house, something I can call my house, and for my kids. As soon as you become a mother, everything you want is the best for them. So I'm very happy to have my own safe place and also for them.
It's a good feeling because it's not only the house we're building here. In this development that we did here, we acquired the property, government did, and we distributed to over 56 needy residents. And I believe this is the 4th house in this area. So it's an accomplishment to know that the people in this area didn't have where to live before, and now they have an opportunity.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde hosting. We have a call on hold. Krem, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mose. Good morning, Belize.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Oh, okay. Mose, I just want to call in and follow from a discussion you were addressing yesterday about the severance or this issue that has been aired, and workers, BCWJ specifically, have to be protesting and basically fight for what something already legally theirs or ours, because I'm part of this matter. You touch on an issue where you, in your opinion, and I kind of share that sentiment, that this matter that squarely in the lap of Ministry of Labor. And I want to just expand a little bit on what you were saying, because you brought up the matter about this error and this moral obligation that is supposed to take on. But I want to more state that the Ministry of Labor have a mandate, a legal mandate to enforce this legal debt, because from day one, the matter has always been what is owed to the workers and about the prolonged delay in paying worker the legal debt. Because from the moment a worker employment in, and when I'm saying worker, because this is not only towards BTL farmer workers, but this is workers on the whole. From the moment that employment in, that severance is due. And if you have this long delay, as in the instance of BTL workers that is going on 20 years. I can say for 20 years because in my situation, it's about 20 years. But I know that there are workers out there and former workers from PTL that, it goes beyond 20 years, because we talk about from 1994 onward. The matter is not only about whether payment will now be made, but about the prolonged delay in paying that legal debt. And the Ministry of Labor, like you brought up yesterday, is this matter is squarely in their lap, because the CCJ interpretation has said it. The Labor Act is a social justice protection for the worker, and the people or the body authorized to ensure that workers, receive what is entitled to them is the Ministry of Labor. Ministry of Labor have put out a PR, a press release in February the 24th, if I remember the date right. They're inviting individuals, so then they try, get to me, bypass the collective movement. Mm-hmm. But if these workers not come together more, for fight, for protest, which to me never should have to happen from the time that CCJ come out. The workers never had to come to get to the point when they have to come out and protest together collectively and push for this issue when it's right there in the law, the responsibility of Ministry of Labor for them enforce this matter. It is not like a moral obligation anymore. It's a mandate.
Yeah, but I think, clear. Christina, just to be clear though, so you understand what I was saying, if I did not express it clearly enough. The moral obligation is on the part of the government to not be engaged in any further delay tactics, or to say, put the onus on the group to have to go back to the court to say, for example, decide whether or not a worker, or to say, well, were they statute barred, or should it be 6%? Like, the moral obligation that the government should have to feel a sense of embarrassment, to feel guilty of being responsible for a grave injustice on hundreds of workers. The system is so designed that if somebody refuses, in this case the government, you would have to go to the court. But for the government to be playing all the games they're playing, to want to maneuver out is disgraceful. So that's what I was talking about. Now, as it relates to the labor, so they're supposed to dip on their knees to beg for forgiveness, because it should not have been the workers who would have to take on the litigation risk, to take on the farmer employer and the corporate giant because of a policy that was illegal. The Labor Department should have come in and said, what you're doing is illegal, and if the corporate giant felt that they were in the right, then they could have taken the matter to court. The fact that the Labor Department was so erroneous, so invisible, so inept, it's like there should be a review. There should be an inquiry as to, well, how did this happen right on our watch? How did this happen with us having the law? The CCJ did not rewrite the law. The CCJ just simply says, this is what the law calls for. You cannot go around this. So so how did the Labor Department have such an erroneous interpretation of their own law?
And Mose, I doubt you 100%, and I did get that in information that you were saying when you talk about the moral and them being mea culpa for their own law.
Yeah,
I totally agree. What I wanted to more expand on, like continue from what you were saying,
okay,
is that they have a section where they can invoke legal proceedings. There's Section 7, and that's the protective mechanism that they have.
But can they? But are you saying that they can dictate the terms of the settlement?
Yes, they can. They have a mandate, and the Labor Commission and the law is very, very clear. It names a Labor Commissioner, and it names under the Minister of the Labor. We only have 2 people there. Now, they have this mandate that if the employer does not want to comply, because this is no longer like just a principle. This has become a legal debt. A legal debt that you can go to court and get it. And the labor have the mechanism under Section 7 for invoke or institute proceedings. Now, workers, I'm telling you, because I have done it myself, we have called upon the Ministry of Labor and we have asked them, we are invoking Section 7 for them to institute legal proceedings on our behalf. Because if this is where it has to go, Ministry of Labor has that protective mechanism by taking your matter to court. The law is very clear, like you said. CCJ never invented and done it. Then just tell you loud and clear, hey, it's there. It's plain black and white.
You're wrong. All I know wrong. The company wrong, the government wrong, the Ministry of Labor wrong, every labor commissioner, every minister of labor, every BTL board, all of uno just completely violate the law. That's what the CCJ said.
Exactly, and the CCJ gone ahead and even tell courts of appeal they're mistaken, they make mistake. Even to that point, and they say CCJ just come and say, you know what, we are make it cross the board. This is what it is. We got the authority, we got the final. This is what it is. The Labor Act, our social justice, our protection for the workers. There is mechanism, and they list a couple of them, and the Section 7 tell you plain. They don't them for enforce. The employer no one comply. Stop the hangbout and Lebanon. Oh no, come to we, labor. Come to we because we are helping them. But when the individual got to you, where is the help? There is no urgency. They have the protective measurement to take this matter to court on behalf of the worker, because it's not only about the principle, the severance, what I call the principle, but also the prolonged delay. And this is over 2 decades. This delay has been going on, and like you said, people, these are real people lives with the talk about what they could have done, what they could have enjoyed. CCJ call it one cushion. They ripped the cushion, and then Labour just stand by and watch that cushion got ripped off and did nothing, just stood there, and they have the mandate, all the authority. So I agree, like what you said, they either inept or they just plain not care or not know their own laws that is there to protect workers. So I said to this are flatly, like you say, Labor not contact the workers, come make I help you, and then when they got to you as an individual, they file complaint. Can they have all this mechanism for file complaint? And when they go there, they have ignored complaints.
Yeah. I mean, this happens a lot where agencies that are responsible for the enforcement of the law find themselves in this conundrum when the government is the bad actor. They seem unable to act with clarity, with principle, and do their job. We see where the police department struggles when the implications are that government has been the bad actor. And so what you have now is that a compartment of the government is tasked with holding the government itself accountable. And this is when things go completely haywire with the system, because everything's so completely you would have said entangled that they can't get out on their own way just for doing their own job. And that's a huge problem. That's a structural problem. That's a character problem in our governance, where when government is the bad actor, agencies that are to hold them to account no step to the plate, because government is really the owner, the majority owner of BTL. And Ministry of Labor via the Labor Department must now spank those fingers. Get off your loss. It hurt you, nice, but pay you have to pay, and that's the end of it. Instead, what they try to do is to finesse and try to suave and come and make it work. No, if you act just as you would have acted if a private entity was found liable, you would be all over that. So you are tasked to be consistent in that regard. Do your job completely and step to the plate. But more than that, do it in a way that makes us understand that you do feel you accept. Man, we failed big time here. It should be embarrassing. It should be embarrassing. It should be completely embarrassing. It is embarrassing, even if they don't feel the embarrassment. You understand?
Yes, totally. And that's why, I had to call back and extend from what you're saying, because you're hitting that nail on the head. So I control my hit towards the nail on the head.
Thank you for calling, Christine. I got to go to break.
So much.
We'll be back with more WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
want to share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our student here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children go up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there. But as you can see, we moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate, we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm going to help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Belize morning vibes. Man, time is just so much to talk about, and we're not touched on things I really want to touch. But if we got health and strength tomorrow morning, we'll link back and get into some of those issues that have been left undealt with today. Hope you have a great Tuesday. We do have one break before we put out the credits, so we exit on the break. We want to just thank the team, Larry G at Prem Radio, at XTV Cliff, the Glue, and Christy Flowers at the control here this morning. Stand strong, stand firm. Now we're going to break, and then after that, we're gone.
The Belize Tax Service has been serving the country well since its inception. But like many tax administration systems worldwide, it faces new challenges that require modern solutions. The Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA, will be established by legislation that will modernize how Belize administers taxes. Countries across our region, Jamaica, Barbados, and Guyana, have undertaken similar efforts at modernization. And we're using their experiences, successes, and challenges to design a SARA specific to our tax landscape. SARA will operate under the Ministry of Finance with an advisory board comprised of experts in finance, tax, law, and public administration who will provide sound guidance while maintaining the required oversight of public funds. SARA will provide the framework for modernizing tax administration, improving the way we serve taxpayers, and supporting Belize's development. A semi-autonomous revenue authority, SARA, will create opportunities for improving human resource management, accelerating digital transformation that reduces turnaround time and paperwork, and providing more responsive customer service while maintaining strict accountability standards. SARA, a progressive tax administration for a modern Belize.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screws, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Benny's, quality and savings.
Gotta put the time in, wake up Billy's, voice of opinion and place your calling, WB, get up, make every day count, don't waste it people, do your part, play around, get where you need to, you can tune in for work or in your vehicle, if you got a problem, pick up the phone, why wait till the time, calling is the show, it no matter even if you're at home, just call in, WB, wake up Billy's, another day is here. Wake up, Billy's.